Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your continued support, and if you're watching us for the first time, kindly subscribe, click the notification bell and like our videos. If you remove the Mount Kenya votes from William Samoei Ruto, Ruto will definitely remain a shell, a skeleton. This is because if you look at the total number of votes that William Ruto was given by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, 3.5 million of those votes emanated from Mount Kenya. And this is why I'm saying that if you remove the Mount Kenya votes from William Ruto, he might be dented very seriously. If you do the same with Raila Odinga and remove Kalonzo Musyoka or the votes from Eastern, then Raila's image will also be dented. Because out of the total number of votes that Raila was awarded by the IEBC, about 2.5 million of those votes came from Kalonzo Musyoka. And I'm saying that the votes that they were awarded by the IEBC because the monkey business that was taking place in Bomas was to award William Samoei Ruto and award Raila Amolo Odinga. And if you want to challenge me by just opening the server so that we can know the truth. Rigathi Gachagua yesterday revealed to the nation, of course, something that is not really a surprise to me, that after William Samoei Ruto took oath of office, they looked for Kalonzo Musyoka and they wanted to give him the position of the Foreign Affairs Ministry, that docket that is now being held by his brother, Alfred Mutua, the Maendeleo Chap party leader and the immediate former governor of Machakos. Of course, they don't see eye to eye with Kalonzo Musyoka because of the sibling rivalry and supremacy battle in Ukambani. Needless to say, Kalonzo Musyoka has pronounced himself as the undisputed Kamba kingpin. But why is Kalonzo Musyoka becoming a hot cake? Because according to Ruto's plan, he was to take Kalonzo from Raila Odinga. And you can imagine what that would mean. And if you ask me, this pursuit has not stopped because some credible sources from the government was informing me that after Raila relinquished the position of the African Union High Representative for Infrastructure, William Ruto had suggested Kalonzo's name, and he wanted Kalonzo Musyoka to fill that position, but Kalonzo declined. And I've always maintained, for those who follow this channel, that there is a name that Kalonzo was given that I think must be scrapped and erased from his back completely. The watermelon thing. Because Kalonzo to me has proved that he's remained steadfast in the midst of what would have shaken him. Why is he hotcake? Kalonzo Musyoka, as I've said, he controls over 2.5 million votes. In Kambaland, those who live in Ukambani or Eastern Province or Mombasa, and those who live in Nairobi. And they listen to him. Prior to the August polls, people like former Governor Charity Ngilu, former Governor Kivutha Kibwana, and former Governor Alfred Mutua tried to wrestle this power from him. But he proved them wrong and showed them that he still remains the ultimate leader of Ukambani. So this makes him very important. And to Raila, the ethnic and regional politics plays well with Kalonzo Musyoka. Because if you look at the Azimio formation, Raila Amolo Odinga is there. We have Eugene Wamalwa and Oparanya, Wycliffe Oparanya. And of course, we have Jeremiah Kioni and Martha Karua and Kalonzo Musyoka. If you look at the regional politics, if at all elections were to be called today, and Raila wants to contest, maybe Azimio agreed that they want to give Raila the green light to contest again, Raila cannot choose Oparanya as a deputy president. Neither can he give that position to Eugene Wamalwa because of the geopolitics. Both of them come from Western Kenya, and if he does that, then the people of Central and Eastern and all this will be crying foul, and they will not vote for Azimio. That leaves us with Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, and Jeremiah Kioni. Jeremiah Kioni and Martha Karua, and of course, we've seen people like Mwangi wa Iria. All of them come from Mount Kenya, the central province. But that region has been infested and infiltrated by the UDA. And if elections were to be called today, I know the Mount Kenya electorates are really disgruntled because there are several promises that they were given by the Ruto administration that have not been failed. And so they know that William Ruto is a liar. But because they have been indoctrinated to feel that Raila is so bad, some of them would still vote for Rigathi Gachagua and Ruto just because they don't like Raila Amolo Odinga. So Martha Karua will play, Martha Karua, Mwangi wa Iria, and Jeremiah Kioni, and those who come from that region would help play the geopolitics and ethnic and regional balancing. But the numbers that will come from that region is very minimal. And that leaves Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo is just a neighbor to Martha Karua, but he controls much more votes compared to that which Martha Karua, maybe combined with Jeremiah Kioni and Mwangi wa Iria, would control at the same time. And that is why he's very, very important and is a hot cake to both Raila Amolo Odinga, the Azimio fraternity, and to the Kenya Kwanza fraternity. There's something that I wanted to ask ourselves. Alfred Mutua signed an agreement with the Kenya Kwanza team, and there was a certain percentage that he was to deliver to William Samoei Ruto. In the last elections, in Machakos alone, Raila got about 380,000 votes. That is in Machakos County, and William Ruto got about 100,000. Of course, Mutua claims the pride that is the one who campaigned for Ruto to get that share. But they still look for Kalonzo Musyoka to be given the position that Mutua is occupying now, which means they know that Kalonzo Musyoka is more important than Mutua. And Mutua must thank Kalonzo Musyoka, because had Kalonzo agreed to take this position, Mutua would have been in the cold. And this is why. Kalonzo, with the votes that he controls, the vote behind him, and you all know that there is a supremacy battle between them, he would have gone there with conditions. He would have told William Ruto, if I have to come in, then you must kick out Alfred Mutua. And even if they bargained that Mutua be given some lesser positions, and Kalonzo stood his ground and said that no, it is either you welcome me in and kick out Mutua, or you go with Mutua and leave me out. I can assure you that the Kenya Kwanza team would have kicked out Mutua and taken Kalonzo Musyoka. Yesterday, when they were in interdenominational prayer service, Mutua was not even included among the speakers who were supposed to address that congregation. It took the intervention of Wavinya Ndeti, and they sidelined him. Instead, they rooted and praised the Mwala MP, who was the master of ceremony. And this tells you that Mutua is of less importance to them. And that's why I'm telling you that Mutua must thank Kalonzo Musyoka, because it is by Kalonzo declining the offer that Mutua was given this prestigious position. Of course, Mutua, just like Amason Kingi, brings nothing to the Kenya Kwanza team. And I'm sure from where Rigathi Gachagua is sitting, he knows very well that these two people, if they get a better offer, for example, if Joho would join the Kenya Kwanza team today, and they make arrangements and Joho says that I want to be the Speaker of the Senate, they would kick out Amason Kingi and they will take Joho. If Kalonzo today would accept to join the Kenya Kwanza team and he tells them, kick out Alfred Mutua, Alfred Mutua will be kicked the next minute. Because if you compare the two of them, Kalonzo is bringing more votes by the perceptive politics than Alfred Mutua. And from where we sit, you all understand now that Kalonzo is not a watermelon. I have mentioned this before, that both Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga have seen their members of parliament lining up in State House to take photos. Sabina Chege and Jalango are very prominent. They have been quoted anytime this debate comes up, that they represented the ODM and the Jubilee in State House, and they have become very rebellious. But I've never seen any member of Kalonzo, any member of parliament of Wiper, lining up in State House to take a photo that they are working with Mr. William Ruto. People like Wavinya Ndeti and Mutula Kalonzo Jr. have always said that the demonstrations are not good for development, but Kalonzo has remained steadfast. The other day he challenged his countrymen not to manifest cowardly tendencies, and he told them to be brave and come out in large numbers in the next demonstrations. And so, even today, Kalonzo still remains a thorn in the flesh to this government. And I know they are really looking for him. But this has really left Kalonzo Musyoka with the very high stakes, because now he has proved that he's a very steadfast leader. And Raila Odinga, Martha Karua, and the entire Azimio fraternity are very happy that at least they have a man who is very strong, a man who controls some substantial amount of votes and very steadfast, because no one expected that Kalonzo Musyoka would stand firm in the midst of the tear gas, stand firm in the midst of onslaught and buying of all leaders. Many people thought that he would be the first to go, but he has proved all of us wrong. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but this is my take.